What is your name?
My name is Jamie Shields.
Where and when were you born?
I was born in High Point in 1991.
Okay, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Jamestown, basically in High Point.
Okay, so you've lived here your whole life.
Yes, I've lived here for my whole life, 29 years.
Okay. What effect has the corona pandemic had on your personal and your work life?
Well, in terms of my work life, I teach third grade, so school has completely been canceled until May 15th, but I won't be surprised if it gets canceled for the rest of the school year. So I now teach virtually online, and I meet with my kids once every day, sometimes twice a day on Zoom, and then I have to post lessons and teach them through Guilford County's platform that they have called Canvas. And then in terms of my personal life, nothing has really affected my husband's job. He has shorter hours, but he still goes to work every day. But my kids are at home 24/7 with me, so working from home and then making sure that my 11-year-old is doing her work for 5th grade and my 1-year-old is still getting some preschool stuff going on at the same time while I work has been an adjustment. And then also just my 11-year-old is really social, so she's not getting to go out and be with her friends as much, or ever. And so she's done a lot of virtual hanging out with her friends. And so we basically just stay home, go on walks and stuff. We usually used to go out a lot, but now we can't. So.
Okay. How have you responded to the pandemic?
Just by adapting. It's been rough, but we get through it. I just do my work at home and just taking care of the girls. So, I guess nothing has really changed for us except we're just home a lot more now.
How have you seen things change in High Point during this time?
High Point seems like we have a lot more support for our local businesses. I know a lot of people that own businesses around here, and I see the support on a regular basis, but it seems like High Point has stepped that up a lot, and that's really nice to see, supporting local signs everywhere and on Facebook and on all the social media. So I really like that High Point stepping up to do that. Grocery stores have been crazy, empty with no cleaning supplies and toilet paper and things like that. There's been a big shift for, I guess another effect of our family is we now do all of our shopping online. I've seen a big shift with that. So we don't really go to the stores as much. I really don't see that much of a difference in traffic, honestly. It seems like people are still going out and doing a lot of things. We like to go to parks and go on walks a lot now, and all the parks are closed and roped off, and it's hard to find things to do. And usually when we used to go to these parks, they weren't super crowded, but now the trails are packed full of people because everybody is doing that same thing and having that same train of thought. But yeah.
What have you found challenging or difficult during this time?
Staying at home and working and taking care of kids has been very challenging. Basically just staying at home has been very challenging and not leaving. It's also taken a toll on, I wouldn't say mental health, but just the thought of like going back out into the world is kind of scary. So that's been a big change because you don't, you look at the person next to you and you don't know if they're sick. You don't know if you're sick. Not being able to see my family. My kids are used to seeing their grandparents a lot, my husband's and my parents a lot, and they're not seeing them at all except through FaceTime. Haven't been able to visit my grandparents, and I don't want to. I don't want to risk getting them sick, and all the events that have been canceled, has taken a toll on us. My grandpa's 80th birthday was canceled. My daughter's had gymnastics canceled, and her school graduation, and my brother's college graduation, and her birthday. It's just been a lot of cancelizations.
And what has been a ray of hope or sunshine for you?
Kind of like what I said before, I like seeing that everybody is starting to support our local businesses a lot more. That's really, it's beneficial to our economy, and it's good to see some of my friends getting the support that I wish they would have gotten just in general. My kids adapting to Zoom, my students adapting to Zoom and the online teaching, and like as fast as they've responded to that has been pretty hopeful and amazing, and it's going to be really good life skills in technology skills for them later on down the road. I mean, being at home with family has been nice. I like that my husband gets off work. It makes me think positively because he's here with the girls more, and the girls are getting to spend more time with each other. So that's been pretty positive as well.
Okay, so what do you want high pointers of the future to know about this event?
I want them to know that it will be okay, or it has been okay. It hasn't been as crazy as I thought it would be. It's still pretty weird. It's kind of surreal that this is the reality that we're living in, but we are getting by, and I think that the situation right now is not positive, but I think it's going to have a lot of positive outcomes in terms of like our healthcare and what we do to keep ourselves safe. And people are learning to spend time with their families. They're learning that you can go out and walk and exercise, and we're supporting local. And I think people are just learning a lot of new things that we probably should have been doing already.
And how do you think this is going to change life going forward?
Just everything that I just said. There's going to be a lot more rules coming into place. Our hygiene and our health is going to be better, hopefully, because we're going to know that we should have been washing our hands all along. I think that just the value of family is also coming into play, and just the value of social interaction. And we're just going to value things a lot more when we come out of this.
Why do you think documenting this event is so important?
Just like when we document any event, people are going to look back on this 50 years from now, 100 years from now, and they're going to want to know what we were going through. History repeats itself, so we need to document how we responded to this so that we can figure out how we're going to respond to it in the future. It seems like pandemics like this are happening every 100 years or so, and every time we have different response. So we just need to document so we know how to handle it again.
Was there anything else you want to add that I haven't asked you?
No, that it's going to get better.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Shields, for your time this afternoon.
Thank you. Is that it?